Coachability, willingness to accept change and willingness to learn, ranked on a scale of 1 to 10 in each variable, measured by size of implementation, as in how much action you take, and speed of implementation, as in how quickly do you take action on it. If somebody's got a recipe that can teach you how to create what you want, and you're coachable, you're gonna do exactly what they say, move everything off your calendar so that you can make a way and space to go all the way in with that particular training channel and set of distinctions and tools and recipes and whatever until it's done. And you're gonna let go, like willing suspension of disbelief of all of your doubt, resistance, fight against, so that you can try it on like a new suit, because you can't tell what a suit will do, like to your figure, if it'll fit you or if it'll feel good or what results it'll produce until you try it on. And the only way to try it on fully is to do it, embrace it, activate it, be coachable, be teachable. And the benefit of this, the power of this, is anything anyone else has done, you can do too, and probably faster and easier and with more fun than they have done it, because they've synthesized years of failure training, growth, practice, iteration, and motivation into a structured system and process that doesn't need to take long for you. The best way to learn is through failure. The key is it does not have to be yours. It can be mine. And boy, have I failed so much in so many areas of life. You do not have to. Just trust me and do what I tell you. Now, coachability does not mean abdication. If you've got a strong relation to your intuition, your embodied wisdom, then allow that to come along for the ride and object, like accept, decline, or counteroffer when I offer something to you, so that you can try it on in a way that fits you and works for you, which is not the same as abdication. Like, hey, I'm not gonna do this at all because my intuition says no, not to. Well, sometimes your intuition is actually limited by your current subconscious blocks, beliefs, stoppages in your energetic system. So it's up to you to be willing to look at what's in you and get it out of you so that what I can give you can work through you. And if it's not working for you, then it's working on you so you can become someone who it can work for. And that can be tricky. I'm in that with some spiritual teachers right now, and I read the same stuff over and over, and I do the same practices, and it feels dry. And in Zen Buddhism, they say, chop wood, carry water. In Zen Buddhism, there's also sesshin, which is long samurai boot camp is the fun phrase for it, where people are meditating for 13 hours a day, and they're falling asleep while they're standing up meditating. And the Zen Buddhist monk will walk around with what's called the stick of compassion, and someone who he's seen falling asleep, he will whack and say katsu to wake them up to how they're falling asleep. So coachability is waking yourself up or allowing yourself to be awakened to where you've been asleep. And I've been called the most coachable coach in Austin. I say that with humility and with full awareness of how low my teachability often has been, or how scattered it's been. That's another way that you can screw up teachability, is if you put your attention on multiple streams of wisdom, especially if they're leading in different directions or perpendicular to each other, then that can spin you out. So I recommend one coach working on one area of life, all in, one-on-one, in order to get the maximum amount of benefit. And coachability also means being in the game to win. Stay in the game until you win. It ain't over until I win, Les Brown says famously. So, like, the best way to do that is to say, I am 100% responsible for my results. And I know that if I show up 100% of the time using 100% of the tools, my results are 100% inevitable, even if I don't know how that's going to happen. Even if this particular recipe ends up only being part of the solution for me uniquely, because not anybody knows exactly what's going to work for you in business, dating, relationship, entrepreneurship, spirituality, high performance. They know what's worked for them. And for many other people, they've gathered data, they've taken patterns from helping, in my case, more than 80 people in longer term containers or in deep ways. And they then look at that and they say, all right, well, here's where you want to go. Here's the recipe that has made it the easiest for the people who I know have worked with me or worked through this problem. And then that will either work for you or it won't. And then coachability also means a willingness to put faith in the frame and the game that the coach is leading you into and through. What is the frame? Well, a way of putting meaning or a context around your experience. You may be like, well, I think it's all just physical stuff. There's no spiritual world. And they look at you and they think, well, and they say, well, when you do or act or say these certain things, there's certain spiritual things going on. Okay, well, take on their perspective and see through it and see what you can do from it and through it and what fruits it bears for you. Don't believe it just because I say it. Unless you've already invested in me as a coach or chosen to commit all in with coaching for me, then put aside your doubts. Believe it more so, though, because you test it. Trust, but verify. That's the true coachability. Trust, but verify, and don't abdicate. Don't surrender or decide, all right, I can't, I won't. Just because you're lazy or apathetic or have a weak will or you're wimpy in execution. Like, no, go as far as you can go with what you have from where you're at, and then ask questions to help you integrate and implement. And as I said, don't believe it just because I say it. Believe it provisionally and put full faith in it, the substance and the measure of your faith. Faith is imagination focused on a desirable outcome. In order to imagine having that desirable outcome fully achieved, you need to move through believing that a certain path or recipe can work for you. So full faith in the recipe, full faith in the teacher, still a willingness to question to help you integrate, implement, and embed and embody it uniquely into yourself. But, full faith. Plant the seeds, water the seeds. Never underestimate the value of a seed planted. If you plant a seed of faith and possibility and recipe and frame of new meaning set around the game that you're playing, and then you water it over time, it will eventually bear fruit if the teacher's the real deal and they've produced results for other people. It may not look like immediately the way that you want it to or go at the speed that you're attached to, but you will inevitably achieve your result if you put faith in the possibility. And this is the last thing I'll say about coachability. Your coach is a placeholder. And what I mean by that, in Disney, there's a movie, Dumbo. Dumbo has a feather, believes he needs this feather to fly. Midway through the movie, he realizes it's not the feather that enables me to fly because he loses the feather. It was the faith he put in the feather. And that faith, he can then put in himself when he must in order to save and support other people, right? So the thing about all this is that if you put faith in, say, for example, me as a coach and what I give you, okay, well, that stuff works because faith works. Faith without works is dead. The first work of faith is the action of belief and trust. And then faith with works is life. So you will bring life to the frame inside of you as you play your game to achieve your result. And, on the other side of that, you'll look back and you'll be like, that faith paid off. Faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. Even when you put faith in me, I'm Dumbo's feather, or what I've got is Dumbo's feather, because it's really about, coachability is really a slingshot or a springboard into you taking full and 100% responsibility for figuring it the F out for yourself, believing that you can, no matter what you put your mind to, believing that you're good enough, capable, powerful, perfect enough, whole, perfect, and complete enough to be, do, or have whatever it is that you desire. And I will hold that for you, borrow my faith until you build your own. And on the way there, be coachable. Act, behave, and engage in a way that will actually be productive of results for you. Sound good? If you're coachable, put I choose coachability fully below.